Hello everyone, I'm going to demonstrate today how to saddle a horse, and it depends on what style you're riding, how your equipment is going to be. And I guess first of all, I'll say that 2 years ago was when I actually started learning how to ride a horse. So before that, I never grew up with any horses. I never knew anything about them. So when I finally learned, I was asking all sorts of dumb questions, and I felt really dumb. So hopefully this will teach you guys the basics and you'll get it really quickly. And I guess we'll start. So first, obviously we don't have a real horse in my living room, but we're gonna use this this saddle rack, I guess, to demonstrate. And since we're using Western saddle, we're gonna put on our pad, and this is basically just for protection, because saddles can weigh up to 50 to 70 pounds. So we don't want to hurt the horse, and we want to protect him, and it's just basically for comfort. So there's our pad, and then also we can use decorative pads if we want to, depending on what we're doing and what we're riding. And that can go just right on top. And you want to make sure that the pad is right behind the shoulder line and then up in the withers. And then before you put your saddle on, you want to make sure that there's clearance in between the withers so that it doesn't pinch them and make them uncomfortable. And then I'll just grab the saddle. And there's lots of different ways that people like to saddle, I guess. Depending on the height of the horse, some people like to grab behind the seat and under the saddle horn and use their entire body and swing it over like that. But again, it depends on how tall your horse is. And then some people like to just, if you have a little mini horse, you can just set it right on top. But today we're going to, and I have the girth here, it's already on, and the cinch down there. So we're gonna go ahead, swing it on over. And then I like to make sure you have at least 2 or 3 fingers from the saddle to just make sure you're covered, just so they're comfortable, I guess. And again, you want to come up here and make sure that they have enough space in between the withers and the pad, because it's going to be settling down once you're riding, and you don't want that to pinch them and make them uncomfortable. And so now we'll just adjust and walk behind. You're going to unlatch the girth, bring it down, and whenever you're walking behind your horse, make sure that you're just touching them, making sure that they know you're there. And then you're going to grab your girth, and a good reference for me is these little rings right here under need to be in the middle of the barrel of the horse. And so you are going to make sure that that's in the middle, and undo your cinch, take and latch it. And then obviously this isn't going to be able to latch all the way, but a good rule for me is when you're putting the girth on, you want to be able to put your fingers in slightly so that it's like, I guess, I don't know how to do it without a horse, but basically make sure that it's not going to fall off. Don't make it too tight though, so it's uncomfortable. And then once you have that on, you're going to have this, so there's basically none of the cinch left, and it's secured on there. And then we'll just pretend that's tight on there. But you're always going to want to readjust after getting on, because this saddle is going to sink down. And so get on it and let it sink down and get right back off of it, and then tighten it up, make sure it's safe again. So that is how to saddle a horse for riding Western. Hopefully you take away a good lesson from this, and that your safety is number one, and that is it. So thank you.